So today we can finish Dhita, Sutta, Mutta, Vinyata, Ekata, Nanata. The only thing which remains is Nibbana out of Puthujana. So let us go one by one, and then we'll try to attain all of them, starting with first jhana to Ekata, Nanata. So let's see how many days we are going to take to achieve all of this as a Puthujana. And that will certify us as a Puthujana, then we can come into Buddha Dhamma. Okay. So, what is seeing? The eye that sees can see many things. Okay, so when you see something, let's say I saw a Golden Gate Bridge. I saw, right? So there is an eye and seeing, not EYE, I as a person, and a seeing. And there is an experience of Golden Gate Bridge, or there's an experience of Mountain View, or there's a experience of I and are you going to Madras Cafe, or what is that? We went to that Mylapore, and then we went to what was another where we used to have that North Indian near that. As soon as you take a turn, I don't remember now that. Chat Bhavan, yes. So now the question comes: did I not see it? And the answer is yes. And then does that mean that I didn't see Brahma realm? Yes. Didn't I see Abhasara realm? Yes. Didn't I see Subhankina realm? Yes. Didn't I see Vehapala realm? Yes. Didn't I see Abhibhu? Yes. Didn't I see Akashanchayatana, Vinyananchayatana, like that? So all, from plants to this, to that, to Niraya, to everything, if I've seen, that becomes Dhita. I have seen. So there is I, a very strong I, that I have seen it. Okay, so when I've seen it, I've seen it. Now nobody can question that you have not seen it. Like the flight I took to reach San Francisco, I've seen it. The airport, I've seen it. So if somebody says that you didn't see San Francisco airport, I'll say you've gone mad. I've seen it. So the seen, Dhita. This includes not the mundane kind of seeing, any kind of seeing. Okay, any kind of seeing. It need not be just, I see this board, I see this home, I see this Bangalore, I see this, I see that. That's not what we are talking. Everything as an experience, you see. Okay. Now you might ask a question, how can we see the jhanik? Why? You can see the jhanik. What do you mean? How do you mean? What do you mean by you can't see the jhanik? You can see all the rupa jhanas. Rupa jhanas. You can see. You can see all the arupa jhanas. It's an experience. So then the question comes, how do they attain as a Puthujana? Okay. So let me give you I was thinking how to explain to you. How many of you have read Autobiography of a Yogi by Yogananda? Okay, that is Puthujana. If Buddha was there, he would have laughed. That is Puthujana. Yes, Ashwini.
Why so? That is also very popular book or that person, why Buddha will say he is a Pruthujana?
Because he is having a manyana that I have seen, I have heard. How many of you have read Osho's books? In that he has a lot of experiences while he was in his teenage and all that. Yes, sir.
I have read Guruji.
Okay. So, in Buddha's dispensation, it would become a Putujana. Now, we might ask this question, isn't that a, what we can say, a demeaning thing or putting somebody down? No. The difference between the Buddha Dhamma and this is rebirth. That's it. As far as I exist, so far the birth exists. As far as the I doesn't exist, not E-Y-E, I as a person, so far the birth doesn't exist. Okay? So we need to understand it in a much better perspective. At what is he trying to say? Why he says Putujana? So in the autobiography of Yogi, in fact, if you join Yogoda, who has, they have a school called as SRF, Self-Realization Forum or Federation or something like that. Okay, in California, because he died in California. Okay, so then if you read his book, Autobiography of a Yogi, it's there even as a downloadable PDF. Very nice book, which explains all his accomplishments. It's very nice. And he has accomplished a lot of things. So what do the people do? They find a mantra which works. So Soham is that mantra which can basically, it will stop the immoral, or rather suppress the immoral, and gives you an ability to do something which you have never experienced before. Okay. That will help the person to basically get into realms of existence, multiply himself, all of that what Buddha says. In fact, it is there in the Brahmajala Sutta also, that they can get supernormal powers. And all supernormal powers included is Dhita. I've seen it. Okay. So, if I attain the state of Paramahamsa Yogananda, that's the best thing I could ever done as a Putujana. It's very difficult to attain what he has attained, but still it is Putujana. It's not simple. So first we have to attain that. He has seen his teacher is even more stronger than him, Yukteswar. And his teacher, and then comes Babaji. I don't know how many of you have heard Babaji. Okay. So Babaji is Maha Avatar Babaji. He has not died. He will just show his presence to some people and then they get transformed. Okay. Just like a disembodied being who connected with me from 2013 to 2022. Something like that. So that being who was associated with me for 9 long years is something like um, Paramahamsa Yogananda or Yukteswar, Lahiri Mahasai. Okay, like that. And they're very, if you read the book, you will be blown away, very proficient. They're done very well. It's not easy to get there. So, how do I get there? Kashmiri Shaivism teaches how to get there. Okay, that's a known thing. If you get into that, you can get into all the 8 jhanas. The nearest is the Tibetan. Okay, that's the reason they have rituals to get there. Without rituals, you can't get there. Okay. So the first thing we need to do, if at all you want to understand this 24, you should experience it. Otherwise, it is just we can keep on talking, or you can keep on reading, and Mula Pariyaya Sutta will come to an end. So Dita is very strong word. Dita is to see. So you see, and then you accept whatever you've seen. So there's a manyana. Yes, Bobby.
Let's see this that word is used. Same word is used for bahya, right? Bahya. So like in seeing there is. Yeah.
So we will come to Buddha Dhamma later. No Buddha Dhamma.
No. I know that's not my question. So what you are saying, like in seeing there is, like, the word of seeing is meant for eye consciousness, or because you told jhanas also can be seen. So what do you mean by the jhanas can be experienced, right? How? So is it with he's talking about
when you go to the realm, your eyes are going to see. Now when we come to Sutta, there are people who hear veena sound, their flute sounds, ringing bell sounds. So many things are there.
So it is kind of a divine.
Yeah, divine, dibba sota, dibba chakku, dibba sota, like that, right?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Like when you go to the realm, you can see in that realm, you can interact. Like if I had the power, the disembodied being who met me and stayed with me for 9 years, I could have seen. He was able to see me, but I am not able to see him. Right? That's the thing. Yes, sir.
So that means it is a matter of your sensitivity. Like, you can't see it, but when your Dibba Chakko is like purified, you can see many other things. So
yes.
That is it's not an experience. You are seeing it. Your eye consciousness is working.
That is the experience through eye.
Yeah, I mean, it is not a mental experience. Mano. Okay.
It is physical and mano. So you will, just like, can you touch San Francisco? And the answer is no. But you've seen San Francisco or Mountain View, or we went to the Sunnyvale, then we went to Santa Cruz, like that. So we've seen, we've heard, and we have touched, touched, and we have cognized. There's a cognition. So when we went to the Golden Gate Bridge, all the 4 have happened. Dhita, Sutta, Mutta, Vinyata. All the 4 have happened. In the same way, when you go to another realm, then you have all the 4. Yes,
another question. I don't know where it is relevant. He talks about these 4 things, Dhita, Mutam, all these 4 things. Why he is not talking about your nose or tongue or those type of things. Whenever
Mutta
this.
includes that. Mutta includes body. Mutta means touch. Smell will touch. So there's only in the Indian philosophical system, there is no separation for smell, taste, and touch. They all are the one. So you should be sensitive enough to understand that it's actually only four. Dhita, Sutta, Mutta, Vinyata. Now we might ask a question, why? So it's good that you asked. Sutta is a separate one. Sutta is separated in terms of hearing, because the first thing which comes as soon as the life evolves is hearing, and the last one to go is hearing. The second one is seeing. Whereas in terms of Mutta, it is taste first, touch second, smell third. They arise. So it's called Mutta and Vinyata. So they will never use, Buddha would never use that smelling separate, tasting separate, touching separate, because all the three are touching only. And in every Indian philosophical system, you will find only one single argument, Mutta.
Yeah, there is a question for me since a long time. Thank you for that.
Yeah, so you will never find anywhere you see any Upanishad also you will only see Mutta. You will not see anything other than Mutta. It includes all the three.
So all the three are basically touch.
Only touch. It's only touch, based upon touch. Because the smell touches your nose. You are not going behind smell. Have you gone behind smell? No. The smell will touch your nose. In the same way, you don't put your tongue everywhere and go, right? So you put the food on the tongue and then the taste comes. Right? And the body, you have to move forward to touch it. Or you have to do something, like I'm sitting on this chair. So you have to put the body or somewhere and then there's a touching. So, and hence it is called Mutta. Hope I could give even more clarity than what was earlier. Okay, so what we have to understand, let's say if you are not able to get into all of these jhanas, what you need to understand is this is how it is done. So you sit in a particular place, like if you sign up for Yogoda, then they will send you a set of books. You practice as per that, and then join Kriya Yoga, and then they will teach you how to get into this, and you practice. There's Om, everything is there, so you work out with it, and after a while, you start getting the jhanic bliss. Okay, and then you go from first jhana to second to third to fourth, fifth, sixth, seven, eight. Then you come to the dhita, and now you've seen it all. Okay, and why it is called as Putujana is because there's suppression of raga, dvesha, moha, and also there is misunderstanding. That means I have surpassed. Yes, you're surpassed by blocking it, but when it gets unblocked, it'll again go back to its original state of existence. So Buddha's aim is to remove it completely without residue. Asavakaya. Otherwise, we can do this. I can see, yes, it works. Now you come to the Buddha Dhamma, it becomes very easy now because you've seen it all. You've seen this is first jhana, no doubt. This is second jhana, no doubt. This is third jhana, this is fourth jhana, this is Akashan Chayatana, this is Vinyanan Chayatana, Akin Chayatana, Neva Sannyanasanyayatana, Neva Sannyanasanyayatana, and then Dhita Sutta Mutta Vinyata, Ekata Nanatta. You have done everything. except one, Nibbana. So you should be able to do all 23. Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Bhuta, Deva, Prajapati, Brahma, Abhasara, Subankina, Vehapala, Abhibhu, then Akashan Chaitana, Vinyanan Chaitana, Akinchayatana, Nevasanyana, Sanyayatana, Nevasanyana, Sanyayatana, Dita Sutta Mutta Vinyata Ekata Nyanata. 23. Ascending, descending, ascending, descending, ascending, descending. Then you are ready for Buddhadhamma. I'm scaring you. Don't worry about it. So, but we can see, because without experiencing this, no matter how much we read, it's a waste. Because this is something you should know. Oh, this is how it works. If I die at this moment, I go to this realm. If I do die at this moment, I go to this realm. Just like you know your how much bank balance you have. You know with this money what you can buy, what it can buy for you. So that is dhita. You see everything till the neva sanya na sanya ayatana. Yes, Gopal Krishna.
I have not asked any question.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to say.
It was me. Sorry.
Ashwin is asking.
Okay. Yes, Ashwin.
Yeah, is that because of this I constructing of I, it's build the ego? Because I have seen the people who generally in the other means I don't read like means I'm not aware of other all this you are talking about other cultural or other meditation techniques in India. So that builds the ego, and that's why they are more little bit arrogant people or arrogantly behaving, or is it because of I they achieve something, and then here Buddha is telling whatever you is achieve is actually nothing. So that's remains the humbleness in building in the mind.
It's nothing to do with humbleness. See, what happens here is that simple thing. Let's say I get Harvard University. Am I not happy about it? And I get a gold medal in Harvard University. And then immediately I get hired in some company in California. Very huge, let's say. Let's take today's scenario. Let's take Google as an example. They give me $1 million to join. And Apple says, I'll give you $2 million if you join us. And I decide to join Apple. Just look at my state. Have I not achieved something when compared to others?
Yes.
Simple. So it need not be arrogance. You get completely lost in that. So
why I ask because I've seen all the monks are very kind, humble, and lovingness too much compared to others.
Yes. So what happens here is that there are 4 ways we can see. One, a Puttujana. We are talking of Puttujana, so we have to restrict our discussion only to Puttujana, not on the Buddha Dhamma side, right? Just like I make it to Harvard or to Stanford, in the same way, I have achieved something, right, which nobody else has achieved. So irrespective of whatever it is, there would be ego. Because I have achieved something different than others. That's going to be there. And ego is not going to go unless arhat. So even in monks, it would be there. They might cover it up, that's secondary.
Yeah, but they knows the Mul Parraya Sutta, or knowing that is whatever they achieve is nothing.
I don't know how far they really deeply know it. I don't know, because they should have experienced all the 24.
But even the person, if I say myself, I not seen everything. So, but I know whatever I achieved is actually nothing out of this 23, nothing. So I have to do more.
No,
I
first you have
cannot
to
be.
know, Ashwin. If you really see it, then only you can make that comment. At present, we are at ground zero, so we are not seen. So we are looking from Mula Pariyaya Sutta, and we think that, yeah, anyway, maybe there, but it is nothing. It's nothing. But when you achieve it, yes, yes, Edu.
Yeah, I was just thinking traits like being humble or being loving itself can be very a prideful thing as an identity,
Yeah.
right? So you cannot necessarily see how much they're, holding to the identity of being loving, let's say.
Yeah, see, the thing is, conceit is going to be there all the time. Mana, conceit will only go at Arhat. So don't ever think Sotapanna will not have any conceit, Sakadagami will not have any conceit, Anagami will not have any conceit. No, they all have conceit. So we have to agree to that. But what level the conceit is going to be, maybe less or more, but you can't say they don't have any conceit at all. No, only an Arhat has no conceit, because the 5 higher fetters are anyway there. See, Anagami has Ruparaga, Aruparaga, Mana, Udacha, Avijja. Avijja is I. It's there. In my case, you think I'm removed out of it. No way. I'm no way near Arhat. I have to do a lot of things.
But you will come out quickly compared to other people.
Maybe, but see the amount of stress I'm putting on Rupa and Arupa, you should know that I have Rupa Raga. Isn't it or not? For the last, I think almost 2-3 weeks, I'm telling you should get it, you should get it. I don't know why you people don't understand. I'm having Raga. Because I can get into it. So I feel you should get into it. Maybe you might not be convinced that, okay, what's the point? But it's required actually. As per this sutta also, or otherwise also, even with relation to Dhatu Vibhanga Sutta, you require to achieve it. You should know it, how to enter, how to exit, how to enter, how to exit. Just like on a freeway, or when we were driving from Mountain View to, let's say, we are going towards, what is that? Sunnyvale or San Jose. You have to exit Mountain View or whatever that road was. So you have to take an exit and then go into that and again exit and take something else. And the same way we have to do it. So you should know how to enter and how to exit. Simple. You might not be convinced. That's a next argument, but you need to attain. Anyway, coming out of that argument, then only it is dhita. See, I've seen it all. That's the thing what you get. That's what dhita is. And hence to Bahya he says, dhite mattam. Don't take it as I have seen it. If in our case, none of us have seen anything. So it doesn't even matter. It's just like we are blind and somebody says there is something to see and I say, okay, anyway, it's of no use. Have you seen? Like there is our here ABB head, Lata, who is part of this. So she can hear. She used to hear divine flute. And even now, if she wants, she can hear. So that she has heard it. So she has no doubt. And she can hear it whenever she wants. So if we have not heard it, what we can do? That's heard. Sutta. There's divine hearing. There's divine seeing. So we're talking about divine and non-divine. Both are seeing only. In the same way, there's divine hearing and then mutta, different taste. You put the normal food, but they taste different. Have you ever tasted like that? It's the same smell, but you don't get that smell. Oh, some bad, odd smell, but you don't get that odd smell. How is that? Very nice, right? Now the fourth one. Wait, Arya. This, some people have got it. Let's take my wife. Okay, I touch her like this, and she feels an energy moving into her body. And whatever pain she had will get cured. It's gone. Ashwin, I think I did something to you. Yeah, that's touch. That's healing. How did it work? Like in our Hindi group, there is Darpana. She had a migraine. So during our retreat, I asked her to look in my eyes. And her migraine is gone. I've not heard her telling me she still has migraine. It's been September, October, November, December, January. Now in February, 5 months over from that. And then there was another girl who came hearing to one of the video while I was in Yavatmal. So she had some issue. I think she also had migraine or headache or whatever. So I told her, do it for 20 minutes with me. And why that? This Aryu's friend, when she met me, I just told her, look at my eyes. That is mutta. So now I know I can do that. Okay, so now I can say I know mutta. Because I've seen it, I've done it, touched. So smells different to you. Outside smell is worst, but you don't smell it. Taste, outside taste is different, but then you don't taste that. Like that. Yes, Bobby.
Did you say just now, like, now look at my eyes? So how that will be touch? Because that is there, right?
No. Touching here is that I'm touching, but not physically by hand I'm touching. In fact, with Cindy, I had held her hand so that I can transfer the energy back to her. That is mutta. If you see the photograph, which Aryu has anyway shared it, I'm holding her hand. I'm just holding her hand here, and I'm passing the energy back to her. And I'm removing all that she has.
No, that is touch, okay. But how the looking is touch?
Why? See, if you start staring, if I ask you to stare at me, I can touch you without physically touching you, but I'm still touching your body. You will not come to know, that's all. Yes, Gopal Krishna.
Guruji, is it touching through vibrations, isn't it?
Whatever it is, but there is touching.
Touching.
Yes.
There is touching. See, Bobby, to answer to your question, eyes are index of the mind. I need your eyes. I can do whatever I want with your eyes. I can
Is
touch
that is that a hypnotism like thing, or it's different?
forget naming it. Then it gets
Okay.
into different
Okay.
impressions. So I can touch and do. So when I saw Aryu, I touched every part of his system. I told him, okay, this is what is the problem. So yes,
Yeah, and you also helped heal my son's face.
yeah, that I did. Yes, yeah, he had a uh, uh, inflammation. Okay, and he was in pain actually, and he was hiding the pain. So when his son was staying with us, so then I convinced him, come, I'll do something for you. In fact, Aryu said he will do something. Go. So then I think 5 minutes down the line, he didn't have any pain, and I don't know whether after that he said there was any pain left.
No, but the second day he came back. But at that moment, he was like, how is that possible?
Yeah. That is mutta. I can touch anybody's body and do something. I can
Do you
feel
need to
their.
be physically present for that, or through the computer?
If I am physically present, then I can see in and out of their body. Whether they're wearing dress or not wearing dress, it doesn't matter.
Not only body, you can read the mind also.
Yes, I can do so many things. So,
So careful what you are thinking.
so basically, that is mutta. So we need to know how to get that mutta, right? And then you'll be convinced. Yes, I've seen it. I've seen it all. Then you have to cut it. That's the reason Buddha took everything one like this till the top and shot everybody down. And hence they did not enjoy what Buddha said. It's like you're saying this, you do bad. No, this is not good. 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 My God, like that. Because they all had done it. Yes.
One question. So earlier you said that all these realms can be seen in a way. In that same way, can they all be heard and touched in some way, or only seen, experienced?
Yes. Can be heard.
And touched.
And can be sensed when we come to that cognition, right? Can be sensed.
Not the vinyate, but this mutte. Can it be touched?
Mutta, yes.
Also,
Mutta, you are going to touch. Like in the case of Mogallana, he was touching Vajanti Palace and doing all the things, right?
Doing earthquake.
Doing earthquake. That means he's there, right? Mutta. And just think if Mogallana like person was there on that day, what a heart attack he would have had, saying that you are on the wrong path. So my request to all of you is try to get the 8 jhanas minimum on your own. For that, the breath is the only thing you have to master. There's no other way to enter 8 jhanas without breath. Then we come to Buddha as a sec. Yes, Veena. I can't hear. Okay, so Dhita, Sutta, Mutta, next we come to Vinyata. Yes, Bobby.
Because you are talking about this mutto as sensed, right, or touched? Touched or sensed? Touched.
The sense of touch.
So why here it is written mutto means thought, but it's often mistranslated as sensed, meaning does not apply in that like sutta there, that mutto, that description is there. So he was saying it is what is thought, but often mistranslated as tense. So I don't know, just you can see that.
In where?
See where that motto is says for the Pudujana, from where you are explaining from Bhikkujoda. So there he has given a explanation.
I know that. So they make it as a thought. Thought is vichara. It can't be mutta.
And why he clearly said it is mistranslated as sensed.
I don't know what Sujato says, but the vitakka vichara. You see anywhere about vichara, it says thought of. Then how can muto becomes thought of? And then there is no need for vinyata, because cognition requires thinking. Then why there is a separation of vinyata?
I don't know. I just like I thought there are so many words. Like for example, Samma Sangapo. So many people translate.
Sankalpa is determination. It's not thought. So in English, everything becomes thought. Just like chitta also becomes mind, and everything becomes mind, right? Vijnana is also mind. Mano is also mind. Manasam is also mind. Everything is mind. Now you don't know what does that mean. English has a limited vocabularies, especially from this perspective. And mutta is touch. Then the touch has all the three. Now, smelling, how will you think about smelling? So, like Bhikkhu Bodhi, if you read, he has written a book on Mula Pariyaya Sutta, he will use something else there. So each will use whatever. So that's the reason I believe everybody should experience. Then there won't be any confusion on whichever language it is spoken. Veena, I can't cure your thing. I can only cure like what I spoke to you the other day when you were at my home. You are burning yourself. You stop burning, everything will go away.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I've already told you what you need to do. So just give a month and then many of your ailments are gone.
Bhikkhu Bodhi translated as sensed.
Yes. So you ask Bhikkhu Bodhi to clarify to Sujato, or let Sujato go and get clarity from Bhikkhu Bodhi. Yes, Aryu.
And let both of them get clarity from Buddha.
Yeah. See the problem is translation is that they will put the nearest word, whatever possible, especially in these kind of things. And if you read RHY as David, she will put in a different way altogether. She will not go by what Bhikkhu Bodhi says or whatever says. It will be different. And in fact, she does better than others. So rather than going by definition of apple or orange, you better eat the apple and or orange so that you know for yourself what it is. That's the simplest thing. Or you need to know Pali for yourself so that you don't require any interpreters or translators. Now that DeepSeek and this chat GPT is there, you can ask, is Mutta means thought of? Then it'll reply to you. Maybe Aryu can search it. He will do it like this. And he'll say,
Ari
this is...
is doing that.
Yeah, he's already doing it. Do it. By the time I finish, you would have done it.
Yeah, I'll ask him to clarify why this person translate this way, why that person translate that way. You explain why.
Okay. Yes, you can just do that and then see what happens. So basically, a conclusion of our today's thing, and tomorrow we will try to see how to get into the jhanas for ourselves. I'll give you a step-by-step instructions, and we'll try to do it in a Puthujana way. Try it out for a few days, get to see where all you can go. If it works out, it's good for you. At least you know you have done it. So what we need to do is that after we come into the Bhuta level, that means you know the thing which has got formed, like this form is formed. So you know you are this. Then you have to bring in you are that. Like Tattvam Asi, you are that. What Vedanta says, right? You are that. You are not this. This is the body, but you are not that. Which is what Buddha also says, Eso na mama, eso na aham asmi, eso na meyatta. Right? So you have to basically do that. The Bhuta onwards, it is a transitionary thing where the Chitta automatically disconnects from the conditioned entities. Okay? And starts to show up different realms, as in Pajapati, Brahma, like that. And you would come to know it. It's a profound experience to have. So you need to attain, know it for yourself. I have done it. Okay? Then we have to cut the I, as what Buddha teaches as a Sekha and a Arhat. We have to do that. That's the way forward. I'm not covering Nibbana for now, because what will you explain about Nibbana? Right? And Buddha says that is also wrong. So 23rd, till 23rd, we need to know. We need to know somehow for our own self, for our own sake. This is what it is. Not because I am saying so. No. You should know it for yourself. Then it is yours. That wisdom is yours. So you know it. This is what it is. Now it becomes easy for you to work on Buddha Dhamma because you've seen it all. The complete journey you've seen. Now you know how to let it go because each one is a rebirth consciousness. Right? So now if I go to Neva Sanya Nasanya Ayatana, which is Asankheya, infinite, Kalpa, I've seen it. It's good. If you come one level below, Akinchayatana, 60,000 kalpa. If you go one step below, Vinyananchayatana, 40,000 kalpa. If you go one below, Akashanchayatana, 20,000 kalpa. If you come one step below, then Vehapala, 500 kalpa. You come one step below, Subhankina, 4 kalpa. Come one step below, Abhasara, 2 kalpa. Come one step below, Brahma, 1 kalpa. Then come one step below, Bhuta, Pajapati, half kalpa. Come one step below, Bhuta, 500 years. Come one step below. Like that. Keep on coming. Or you want to go on the Deva realm. The Deva realms, you keep on going and going and going and going. 16,000 years is the max. Into, he says in the Upasatta Sutta, how to calculate. He calculates and gives it to you also. You don't have to calculate. So like, Chatu Maharajaka, 50 years of human life is 1 day. And he says 30 such days is a month. 12 such months is an year. And they stay for 500 years. And Sakka, which is Tavatimsa, he says every 100 years is 1 day. 30 such days a month. 12 such months is a year. And they stay for 1,000 years. There's not kappa. They are only in years. Like that. So each is a gradation, up and up and up and up and up and up till you reach Nibbana. Got it? Yeah, you've been asking.
No, I was just thinking because earlier you said 500 years, but I was thinking even Chatu Maharajaka will be like 9 million years.
I'm wrong.
9 million years and all that, fourfold.
Yeah. It'll be more. How long a bhuta can stay will be more than the 4 elements.
And like you said, I think there's this Dhamma Hadaya Vibhanga, where all these numbers after calculated is put there.
Mm-hmm.
VB 18. Vibhanga 18.
Yeah, Vibhanga 18 has that. Yes, you're right. Okay, so any further questions or anything? Because their ends till here. I have not done Ekatta, Nanatta, which I will do it tomorrow, because you require the Advaita Vedanta also to be understood, because that is non-dual. Ekatta is non-dual. Then Nanatta, then Nibbana. Higher than the Ekatta is Nanatta. So we have to cover a lot of ground on non-dual. What happened? Everybody is silent now. All understood, all misunderstood, I don't know.
Step 1 need to climb 23.
23 or a climb, yes. Just to let you know on Ekata before we begin that journey tomorrow, Ekata means oneness. There's no two. One without the other. So the consciousness remains its own abiding. No separation. But still I exist. Okay, so we'll see when we do tomorrow. And that would give you the subtlest difference between Buddha Dhamma and Vedanta. Ekatta. Yes. Yes, Rajiv.
And it's interesting that the Nanata is higher in this way. It'll be interesting.
Yes. Yes, it will be interesting. But Nanata is there in Dhatu, this Salaytana Vibhanga Sutta. Ekata is also there. Nanata is also there. Check. Search for Nanata. It's there. Found it. Read it out.
Hold on. I have to maintain this window to not block the recording, but okay. What is the equanimity based on unity? Upeka, ekata, citta. This is equanimity based on dimensions of infinite space, infinite consciousness, nothingness, and neither perception nor non-perception. This is based on ekata. And they're in relying on equanimity based on unity, giving up equanimity based on diversity. So in this case, he put Nanata first, I think. Yeah, what is the equanimity based on diversity? This is slightly above. There's equanimity toward sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. This is based on diversity. Upeka, Nanata, Nanasita. But in this case,
why Buddha does it that way is he is going by the six senses argument. This is from the Buddha Dhamma. Whereas Putujana, okay, what happens is that once he becomes one, he can become different. Now he starts to feel, I am Aryu, I am Bobby, I am Veena, I am Gopal, I am this, I am that, I am Deva, I am Brahma, I am this, I am that. And so Jnana. So there's diversity.
So
I am, yes.
So I guess in the sense of normal achievement, like more worldly point of view, this is higher.
Yes. That's the reason Nanata is much higher than Ekata. It should have been the other way around, but after Nanata it should have become Ekata. But here it is Ekata first and Nanata later. Because from a worldling perspective, he drops identification. That becomes Advaita, non-dual. Okay. So one, you become one with nature. In fact, we call ourselves one world, one this, one universe, one constellation. All of that is towards Ekata. You want to make it as one. We are all one. We are all humans. So if you start seeing it in that way, your mind expands and expands and expands. And let's go of Nanata, diversity. Okay, the individual diversity is gone. once you achieve oneness, then you start to see, I am this, I am this, I am this, I am the dog, I am the cat, I am this, I am the ant, which makes you feel compassionate to each living being because it's you only. You're suffering as so and so. You're suffering as so and so. Okay. And that becomes Nanatta, which is higher than Ekatta. Yes.
Yeah, when I was meeting Bhatt the other day, he was saying there's Dvaita, there's Advaita, there are always, different schools. I guess this is where it comes from.
Yes. That's right. So life is dual, me and that. Okay, I'm staying in India. It's me and I'm in India. So I'm an Indian. So you see, I am an Indian. Indian is fixed to I am. So that's dual. Advaita is, if you really experience, you're not an Indian. It's just a witness to the Indianness. There's no Indian. So if there is no perception and feeling of an Indian, you will never be able to hold on to it, latch onto it. So you become Advaita. Dvaita means dual. So Advaita means non-dual. One without the another. So there's no need to be an Indian other than you. There's no need to be an American other than you. It doesn't matter whether you are in America or in India or Australia or wherever you are. You're not an Australian or an American or an Indian per se. You're just a consciousness. It's just a consciousness. That's it. There's nothing like I'm an Indian. Can an Indian consciousness be different than an American consciousness? Or an American consciousness be separated out of an Australian consciousness? It's not like that. So you're seeing diversity here. Diverse means what? Separated out. So there's duality. Okay, so now I cut the dual. It becomes a Dvaita. It is higher than Dvaita. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I understand correctly. I guess you meant to say, as long as something is perceived, that means there's an object being created. As long as an object, that means there's a subject or object duality. But if you
Yes.
cut that duality, then there's only experience. Hence, there's ekatta.
Ekatta, yes. So once there is Ekatta, completely, you see a transcendence from the dualistic existence to a non-dualistic existence. Now what you can do is you can appear yourself to be this person, that person, that person, that person, all as your manifestation. I am manifesting as Ariu in Mountain View. It's me who is manifested as Ariu. So there's no Ariu at all. It's only me working as Ariu. Or me as Bobby. That is Nanatta. It's very difficult to experience that. Okay, you can only make it out through words or whatever sentences or however it is. That's the reason you need to experience. You need to experience non-dual completely. And yes, I've experienced Advaita, non-dual. Then you know what is Ekatta. Then you can say how it gets separated out and spreads out. It is Nanatta. And what Buddha does in the Salayatana Vibhanga Sutta is to give clarity that Nanatta comes first and then the Ekatta, not the other way around. That's a misunderstanding. Yes.
I don't know if it's completely relevant, but it reminds me of this ekakatta, right? So hard to. Maybe next time you can talk. Chitta.
Ekagata means oneness. Ekagrata, Sanskrit word, which they now generally use in all of these vitakka vicharas, piti sukha, ekagrata. It's not ekagrata, it is ekagata, it is oneness. Okay. That oneness and non-dual are not the same. It is oneness with insight, is the jhanic ekagata. That means it's not going anywhere. The mind is not floating out anywhere. That's the thing. Whereas non-dual means that you indeed see there is no other. You got the point? Yeah.
I guess you meant to say this ekakata means whatever you're doing, you're absorbed with that. That's what it means in this context. But that's
yes, because after sukha, you're just soaked into it, and then after that it becomes equanimous. So you got into ekagata. Ekagrata becomes concentration. So in many books they write it as concentration. What is there to concentrate? At that stage, what is there to concentrate? Ekagrata means is to concentrate, to focus, to attend, to concentrate. One pointed. So there's a misunderstanding of, see, all Pali words, if they translate to Sanskrit, it's going to be a disaster of sorts. Just because it seems the same. They just translate it and transliterate it and say that this is ekagrata, what is meant. No. Ekagata is ekagata. There's nothing ekagrata about it. Agrata is to become. Eka agrata. It has become to be like that. It means you concentrate and make it to be like that. Whereas by its own nature, it is ekagata. Agata is to arrive. Here it is different, there it is different. It arrives into oneness. So it has become still. Like this. That's the reason 5 steps. Savitaka, savichara, piti, sukha, ekagata. Okay, so should we end for the day and then tomorrow take up Advaita, non-dual, Ekata. See here, Buddha doesn't use Ekagata, Ekagrata, anything. Ekata. That is one. That which is one. Nanatta, that which is spread out, many. So in general, in the philosophical world, you get from the first jhana to nibbana in this way. So Buddha has taken exactly that way. So this is how the Puttujana would think. Or rather, Puttujana would experience rather than thinking. Thinking means with vichara. This is how he experiences it. That he'll experience Patavi, then he'll experience Apo, he'll experience Tejo, then Vayu, then Bhuta, then Deva, then Pajapati, then Brahma, then Abhasara, then Subhankina, Vehapala, Abhibhu, Akashanchayatana, Vinyananchayatana, Akinchayatana, Neva Sanya, Nasanya Ayatana, Dhita, Sutta, Mutta, Vinyata, Ekatta, Jnanatta, Nibbana. This is how a person experiences. Yes, Bobby.
Well, I see that the sutta which just Arya was reading, in that you are saying Egata, Nanata, equanimity based on unity and equanimity based on diversity. So is that till this 8 jhanas, that you have only one object basically to concentrate, and the other was, like seeing, hearing, and all, the object seems to be more visible and changing. Like, there are, like when you just focus on, for example, if you, if I focus on this crane, I can see that, something is movement and changing is happening. But in other case also it is happening. So is it, I don't know whether I'm putting it, even the sound also, whatever I'm hearing, it is kind of vibration, but it is changing. So is that why he's called it diversity, the equanimity based on diversity?
No, I think we are going to the Buddha Dhamma. Anyway, since you asked me, I have to tell you that in Jnanatta, at any point in time, it's like, have you heard Dolby music? You should hear to
Yeah.
7:1, 7:1 speaker
I don't know
system.
what it is, but in theaters and all, they're right. Dolby.
No, you should experience. See, all of these have to be experienced. Then only you will see it. That's the reason we should have the senses getting into all of this, and then you know how the senses move around with consciousness. Anyway, breaking that out is, if you take 7:1 channels, the music channel, one channel which has analog signal. There's no digital signal. There's only analog signal. Analog voice can be come into two channels. If you get into two channels, it becomes mono audio, meaning the same thing is played in two channels. So Vijnana is in eyes, in ears. Seemingly, you're seeing and hearing, which is what we do normally. I'm driving, like Ariu he will put his phone and then he is typing there, let's say, Mylapore, or he can say, take me to Mylapore, and it takes him to Mylapore. But there is a consciousness mono between the steering wheel, what he's holding, and he's putting a voice there. It seems he's doing a multitasking. It's mono. It's in split out. It means same sound, same experience is happening in both sides. So he's seeing that he's riding the car, and he's also talking on the mobile. Take me to Mylapore, and then it says, okay, taking from this place to Mylapore, turn right and turn left and all that, it will keep on saying. That's mono. That's not stereo. Stereo is to split up. One channel, it will do one different thing, and the other channel will do another thing, totally different. So just like eyes will do different thing, it will not do what the ear is doing. Ear will not do what the tongue is doing, and tongue will not do what the nose is doing. The nose will not do what the body is doing, like that. Okay, this is Nanatta. Nana means different.
So is that mind? The mind is going from different sense organs.
Mind is not going big.
No, the consciousness is
Yes.
the attention, whatever, So is that that's why it is still you are remaining equanimous?
Wait for a second. You, as consciousness, going around the six things, taking food from everywhere. Now what happens? The chitta becomes a witness to this act. where it will not interfere with the sense nor the sense consciousness. And that is equanimity born out of the diversity. What it means, let me explain to you in a better way. Mr. Goenka is singing or saying something. I don't know what he's doing. And this Vilas is sitting. Vilas is hearing, but there's no Goenka in the hearing. Dead. The sound is coming, but equanimity to it. It means no Goenka appears. No VRI appears. That means I'm not walking in VRI, I'm not sitting in VRI, I'm not eating in VRI, all of that. No assistant teacher appears. Nothing appears. So, Nanatta, if I see how I became equanimous in VRI, is that I withdrew the senses from its experience. So the consciousness is not going like this, it stopped. So I'm just sitting. I'm not doing anything. I don't even know who this assistant teacher or whatever that is. I don't even have a Dhamma hall or anything whatsoever. So, Nanatta, the six senses, equanimity towards the six senses. So the Vijnana is not taken inside at all. Because Vijnana has a distortion. It just cognizes, but it cognizes everything. It lets in everything. And the Mano will process it. Okay, this is Goenka. Good, I like Goenka. So he is my teacher. No, I don't like Goenka. He is not good. That is Mano. For both of them, the Chitta is the energy giver. So it withdraws back and just watches. Leaving out the Goenka, leaving out VRI, leaving out whatever that Dhamma hall or kitchen or dining area or whatever it is. Nothing. That is none. Then you come to Ekatta. So you come into Akashan Chayatana, Vinyanan Chayatana, Akin Chayatana, Neva Sanyana Sanyayatana. That is Ekatta. Equanimity born out of Ekatta. Yes.
I guess oneness in the sense of there's no different space. There's only space. So there's no none.
Oh, Ekatta as in, yes, there's only space. There's no this one. So what you do is you first cut out the six senses. But they keep on creating diversities. So the first channel is ear, second channel is nose, and third channel is, let's say, second channel is the eyes, and third channel is the nose. The fourth channel is the tongue. The fifth channel is the body. The sixth channel is the mind. And 7:1 means the seventh channel is all included, let's say. But it is separated out, meaning you are getting one music in one, another music in another one, another music in another one, another music. So you feel, wow, 7:1 channel. So if you have looked at a theater, like if you create an audio effect theater, 7:1 channel, you sit in the middle, and then you can see something crawling by here, something crawling here, something coming from your back, something coming from your head. Even though it's the ear which is listening, but it's a split up channels. So it gives a separation, just like Apple AirPods. spatial sound. It does the same thing. It creates 7 into 1 channel. So you're listening to the same thing, but in a different way. Okay, that is nanatta. Ekatta is you just transcend. Because that's a pain. That 7 into 1 channel is a pain. That's what Buddha is saying in that Salayatana Vibhanga Satta. Because it gives you separate feelings, different feelings. Nanatta. There's only one feeling. You know what? Akasa. Then profound than Akasa is Vijnana. Profound than Vijnana is Akincha Ayatana. Akincha. Kincha means little. Akincha means not even a little object remains. No objectification. Only subjective witness. No object. Just the witness. And then dead. That is Neva Sanyana Sanyayatan. Just dead. Like I said in the flight, dead. That's true ekatta. Then you come back to life. San Francisco airport. Okay, great. Or coming back from San Francisco to Bangalore. I lost Tuesday. That doesn't matter. Anyway, there's nothing called Monday either. I sat on a Monday but landed on Wednesday. What happened to Tuesday? God only knows. Right? To be honest, I sat on Monday. You left me on Monday, but I reached on Wednesday. You left me at 5 p.m. on Monday. I reached 4:30 a.m. on Wednesday. What happened to Tuesday? Instead, you just switch it off. This crap thing is gone. So you're ekatta. So when you get down, there's no body ache because you have equanimity. There's no body ache. There's no mental discomfort. Yes.
I thought you're in Nibbana rather than Ekatta.
I'm just giving you, that's the reason I'm not covering Nibbana. There's a, I don't want to cover that. I'm covering 23 first and then we'll go to 24. So let's only play that game of that, right? So can we do till here that we are in ekatta? Okay, now I have to get out of this room. They'll kick me in few minutes. Okay, Bobby, we can't meet today. Tonight also your time. So we are meeting tomorrow.